Attention viewer, you are watching the world's biggest monster truck diecast YouTube channel. This is Monster Jam OCD.
Hello Monster Jam fans, and welcome back to another Monster Jam OCD review video. Today we are taking a look at Series 2 of the 1/70th scale trucks. And I know it has been a very long time since I have done a review on 1/70th scale, but I promise from this point on I will be doing every series after this. But nonetheless, these are very important because they do sometimes contain trucks that we have not seen in any other scale thus far. So when I say that, obviously I am referring to, of this set we have the Colton Eichelberger Gravedigger from World Finals 16. Everything else, however, we have seen in some sort of form in 1/64 scale or 1/24 scale or both. And we are going to talk about them right now. So this is Series 2 in its entirety. It's going to be a pretty short video. We have the Toro Loco, we have the Purple World Final 16 Colton Eichelberger Gravedigger, Blue Thunder, and the return of a Yellow Roll Cage Dragon. So we're going to start today's review with the Blue Thunder, and I'm going to carefully remove this. I forget how to do these. Actually, I guess you just do them right here. It's been a long time, like I said, so we're going to do this on camera. I might speed it up. Yeah, I'm going to have to speed this up just because it's a little difficult with these little clamps. So watch this as I unbox it. Okay, so Blue Thunder, that was a little more complex than I thought it was going to be. These are pretty difficult to get removed. So here is the 1/70th scale Series 2 Blue Thunder for the Spin Master 1/70th scale. I guess I was redundant there. And as usual with these are fully plastic vehicles except for their axles. They are just designed for the smaller and emerging markets, so pharmacies that typically wouldn't sell 1/64 scales for a decent price point, usually are uppriced by a significant amount. These have been proposed as a great alternative to still produce Monster Jam products for all markets, so that's why these exist. People often ask why they even do these, and it's to help the emerging markets, which are newer markets or smaller markets like a pharmacy or a grocery store that could sell these for a better price point than the actual die-cast truck. So plastic body, one singular piece for the frame, so the chassis and roll cage together, and one singular piece for the tires and rims, which the tires are obviously, as you can hear, plastic. And they also, as I mentioned in Series 1, they do kind of leave off some printing that you would usually see on 1/64 scales because these are a cheaper alternative, so they do cut back on a few things. But this is a very cool Blue Thunder, so let me zoom in here. So you can see we have the standard Blue Thunder graphics with a nice blue paint, or actually not paint, but plastic piece. We have the Monster Jam logo. No headlights, no grill printing or monsterjam.com. That's typical on these, and same with the tailgate. Usually they leave them off. The taillights also left off for the sake of cost. And you can see this side with the same Blue Thunder graphics, and then we have the roof here with the Lightning and the Blue Thunder hood. So they did put some pretty good graphics on top. Sometimes you'll see them actually leave them off, but this truck did get the full graphic scheme. A black chassis and roll cage combined piece, and that typical kind of offset darkish, muddy, I'm not sure what to call this color. It's almost like a black color, but it's also almost like a brownish color, so it's like a mixture. It's just not a pure black tire color. So there's that with the BKTs and the rims, and there is the Blue Thunder. So first one up, a very simple one, the Blue Thunder from Series 2, and next up will be this Dragon. Now this might look familiar because we have seen this same Dragon, besides the tire color being this color, in the Series 3 assortment. It had a yellow frame and I think it had chrome rims. So this Dragon is back again with that weird color setup. Let's unbox it and talk about it. Okay, so Dragon. I can't recall what was in Series 1, but I believe Dragon has already made an appearance in the 1/70th scale. So this is another one pushed forward because Dragon is a very popular fleet truck. So you can see they have the Dragons casting them pretty well. The horns are part of the actual body plastic piece because they don't want to do individualized pieces, which is understandable. So they did keep that as a one singular piece. They got all the Dragon graphics, all the detail of a normal 1/64 scale, 1/24 scale, and even the mini scale all have these details. The frame and roll cage, again, are one singular piece, this kind of weird yellow color with those offset colored tires and rims. Here is the roof. Also, you'll notice that they didn't do the detail of the spikes. They also didn't do the detail of the actual texture of the skin. However, they did cast in there some wrinkles. So they made up for that not printed surface with the wrinkle texture, and they have the orange horns. They're not bright orange like other things have been, but these are kind of like a reddish orange color. So there is Dragon. So a kind of a throwback to 2019, our first year of Spin Master Monster Jam, with this 1/70th scale from Series 2. So there it is, the Dragon. Here is the El Toro Loco, a very popular Monster Jam truck, as we all know. So let's unbox it and talk about this one as well. Okay, I'm getting a little better at that. So here is the El Toro Loco from Series 2. I know we did receive one of these in the accessory pack, as I call it. It came out in a few different dollar stores. It basically featured a bunch of things for your 1/64 scale trucks, but you can also use them with these. There was a El Toro Loco and a Gravedigger included in that set, and I believe it's the same exact one as this. But here it is, El Toro Loco. The casting is great. As I've always said with Spin Masters El Toro Locos, I've always loved them because of their accuracy. So it looks great on here. The flame pattern looks good. The El Toro Loco logo, the teeth, the Monster Jam logo. No tailgate printing as could be expected. And same stuff going on here with the other side. No chin hairs, again, to be expected because they're not going to do that for this scale. But they did do the bull ring or the nose ring and the flames. They also, it appears that they modified the horns for this 1/70th scale casting because they had the chance to change them. These are how the El Toro Loco horns should look like in 1/64 scale, 1/24 scale, but we haven't got these straight edged horns just yet in that scale, or those scales I should say. So hopefully in the future maybe they will consider doing that because these look really good and it makes this El Toro Loco casting 100% perfect. So 1/70th scale got the update. It looks really, really good. We have that black frame and chassis roll cage, and then we have those tires again. So El Toro Loco, the Crazy Bull, making an appearance in Series 2, very much expected, and we will see a yellow one in Series 4, which I will be reviewing in a few months. So there is El Toro Loco, very awesome truck. And the final truck of this review, a very significant truck because this is a historic piece. It's a World Finals body that Spin Master has not done yet in the typical 1/64 scale collector's set. So here we go with the Colton Eichelberger World Finals 16 Gravedigger body. Okay, that's got to be a record for me on that unboxing. So here it is, the Colton Eichelberger Gravedigger, again, from World Finals 16, an event that I actually attended. I've attended every World Final since 14. So I do recall this body very well. There was also a green body run by Charlie Potkin that night, which had purple flames on the roof and the hood. This was the other body for Colton Eichelberger, who you may know as Tom Mentz's son, as well as the driver of Max D. In the following season for 2016, I believe, Colton Eichelberger and Morgan Kane swapped teams. So Colton went to Team Max D, where he should be, and Morgan Kane went to Gravedigger, where he still remains to this day. So Colton did have this Gravedigger running at that event before that whole switch off, and Morgan Kane actually drove a specialized gold Max D on the old Max D body, if you guys recall that Monster Jam history. I'll put a couple pictures on screen as I did that whole talking point. So here is the actual, I shouldn't say diecast, but the actual toy release of a Colton Eichelberger truck. We have had one from Hot Wheels in 1/64 scale diecast form, but I do hope that in the future at some point in time they'll redo those because with the flame wrap and stuff, I'd love to see them. So here is that truck. You can see it has the Gravedigger scheme. The headlights aren't printed in on the 1/7/8 scales, again, to save on cost, so they did leave those off, which is surprising to me because I think Gravedigger is the flagship truck, so it's kind of odd to see them without headlights, but there we go. And the hood there has the full flame wrap, still looks great. And we have the roof here. I believe this roof is inaccurate to the actual Colton Eichelberger run body because they had the championship still visible from Dennis Anderson's time in the truck, but this is a more modernized version of what it would look like if it ran today. So there's that, and it has this beautiful purple plastic color. Nothing to complain about as far as the color goes. It's pretty close to the actual truck. When it comes to plastic, it's a little hard to get those exact tones. Paint gives much more of a range of color, but this is not bad at all. I think it looks great, and I'll definitely be displaying this one next to my Gravedigger collection. There's the standard Gravedigger green frame. So we have the chassis and the roll cage done in singular color, and then the tires again in that weird kind of offset grayish black color. So there is the Gravedigger from World Final 16, and that will conclude this review of the Series 2 assortment of 1/70th scale trucks. Again, I will be on top of these from now on. I'm sorry. I had a lot of people surprisingly ask me to do these reviews. So for our fans of the 1/70th scales, here's your review of Series 2. I will be back very soon, I believe next week in my schedule for Series 3, which has some pretty awesome trucks and debuting trucks as well. And then Series 4 and 5, I already have them, so you guys can check those out in the following months. and I'll be up to date from that point on. So thank you guys for watching again. I will see you guys next time. If you guys haven't already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing and liking this video. It definitely helps keep my channel going and keeping these videos coming out for the sake of the Monster Jam community, for the history of collecting and the sport. So I do appreciate your support by liking and subscribing. So again, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. This is Ryan of Monster Jam OCD, signing out.